This is a review on the final installment in the Lilo and Stitch franchise. This is called Leroy and Stitch. No, I didn't got the name right. That's the villain of the film, Leroy. I mean, villain. But first, I need to tell you the story before we get to the villain, okay? So, after Stitch and Lilo have finished capturing aliens and find the one trace it truly belongs, Lilo and Stitch and Jumbo completely are rewarded gifts for doing their job. Stitch gets promoted of honor of captain of the BIB, known as Big Red. Big Red. Yeah, that's at least what Stitch figures what it means. So Jumbo can go back to making evil experiments, and Plinky can get a job as a teacher. The course said no, they want to go back to Hawaii, only to make Lilo feel better, because they know that she will miss them. Lilo learns to let them go, and they say they don't want to go, but he can tell that they really want to go. And now he says she's showing so much of aloha right now. That's me cracking my bones. So he lets them go and cleans Stitch, and she gives him a collar because in problems asks if she will promise if he promise never take off, so she always feels like that he's with her. So, and this leads to a very touching moment when Stitch just hugs her. And she says, "I'll miss you too." And it's just, since you belong in space, you find bad guys. And she takes a picture of him and puts him the one true place where all the other experiments belong in this big book. So, separated from the other experiments, in each experiment has his own separate page. This is experiment 6 and he is finds his one true place where he belongs. So they're of course missing each other, and after them going their separate ways, they're missing each other. So Jumbo got this record, Elvis Presley record. From Lilo, and it's a very depressing song. It's one of the sad songs, actually. And showing a montage of all of them going their separate ways. A little montage of them going their separate ways and what they're up to now that they're separated. And this one he's about to play the last side. Dr. Hansterville has escaped from prison with the help of Gantil, and they're back in business, and Gantil finally fixes the ship and break out Hansterville and leave 625 behind. and um Jumbo and Plinky by Hamsterville after creating a new experiment called 627, which was Tease and Stitch to he's working on fixing all the bugs that the other 6 experiments had once the that the fact that he can be turned good. So they fixed that bug, and I guess he fixed that alright. Only to make the most evil alien ever yet. So this, this is pure evil, born from Hamsterville's DNA and less fluffy like Stitch and cute and red like Hamsterville's cape. No, it doesn't have Hamsterville DNA. It just has the color of his cape, which is red. And he says, "He's so disgusting. I shall call it Leroy." That's actually what he sounds like, Hamsterville. It's funny. So he clones a bunch of other Leroys, army of Leroys, and to destroy all the other good experiments in a match and take over the world, universe, the world. One of those things. So anyway, as he's playing music to annoy. He seriously plays some music for some reason, Aloha Oi, and he says he's playing that song to annoy the experiment and bring out more of the evil out of him. And he says, "I see, it is annoying." And it turns out Jumbo and Hamsterville used to be science partners, but Hamsterville always took all the credit while making Jumbo do all the heavy lifting. So he eventually called it quits, I guess. So there's that. And anyway, so Stitch, Jumbo, Plinky get sucked into a black hole where Stitch saves them from the black hole. And I'll tell you where they end up in a second. So anyway, Leo finds out that someone's impersonating Stitch because the necklace, he's not wearing the necklace, so he couldn't tell that wasn't Stitch, and she could tell that how he was acting funny. That was, she didn't know who it was because she never seen Leroy before, so it was Leroy. He hides all of his antenna and arms like Stitch, but he can turn his skin color or his fur color also. His fur color also, his skin, his fur. So anyway, what is that all fur? What's that so? I think it's all fur. Anyway, so he shoots the can after he's busting. 625 helps Lilo build, starts making sandwiches and actually does something after Lilo, Leo gives him aloha and finally gives 625 a name. Which name I can't quite remember. But anyway, he gives him a name, and then she gives him a name. After coming with really bad ones. So he does something and helps her rebuild the ship. Well, it's not the answer that rebuilds the ship. It's 625 and Leroy. Lilo. Right, do that. Anyway, they go on Hamsterville's ship and get attacked. And Gantu turns on Hansterville because he feels like he's getting treated like garbage. So he decides to help them because, and plus he's starting to miss the feeling of aloha after what he experienced in the Lilo and Stitch series. So they escape and just when they corner, Stitch and Jumbo completely the spaceship that Stitch escaped them from that house. Remember how I told you Jumbo Stitch made them escape from the black hole? Well, guess what? They landed right in front of them. And he saved their skin again, so they'll all team up with Olo. The family's back together and ready to save the world. And have destroyed a bunch of clones of Leroy. So they go back to Earth and Myrtle, a bully of Lilo, and Lilo knows that her dog's an alien, but Myrtle just finds out. And helps all the cousins who her cousins are the aliens. And starts talking. And she's like, oh my god, you've been talking this entire time? And so it's pretty funny. They kick ass while fighting the clones army of Leroys. So Lilo and Stitch and the gang get back to Earth to stop the madness, and Jumbo points out that what he remembered, what he programmed into Leroy is some sort of self-destruct when music is playing. The self-destruct switch when music is playing. So one of these they start singing the song, Aloha, Aloha. Stitch starts singing and dress up as Elvis and starts singing the song Aloha, rock version of it. And then 625 and Leo join in, and all of them start getting fried in the head, literally, and start shutting off. Oh, it's not self-destruct, it's an off switch. So, anyway, it's this. The officers also the assault start shutting off, and after the original one shut off, all of them gained up on Hansterville, and Hansterville's back in prison, and the other Leroys woke up, and all of the clones, including the original one, are dancing to Jailhouse Rock. And Lilo and Stitch taking a picture of all of the 126 experiments except for Leroy, because, well, I guess the way of finding working the way around is having them dance to Jailhouse Rock, so that makes sense. And Merle comes in also, but she thinks that she's with, but her dog seems to like this whole aloha thing. So it ends with them taking a picture together, and and that's the whole franchise ends as one big happy family. And this is right after Stitch decides that he wants to go home and not go back to the BRB, and so does Jumbo and Plinky have been starting to really get the whole family. Jumbo has been thinking that family's more important than evil genius stuff. And Blinky is kind of with them also, and they want to go home. And this time they really want to go home because they miss Lilo and everyone. So, the one true place where everyone turns up at the end belong, Miss Coleman, is at home. So that is the moral of the story. At least I think it is, isn't it? I mean, it makes sense to me, as in with your family and love. And, which is not a bad moral, and not as more or less often exploring kids films as I've seen a lot of kids films and stuff. I've seen all of these movies that I've collected. Some of them are bad, a lot of them are good, some of them are bad actually. And that is my review on Leroy and Stitch. I really love this film. That's one of my favorites and one of the better. I find the Stitch franchise is one of the better, all of them one of the better Disney flicks, in my opinion. So I really love this. So I give this a thumbs up.